Okay, so I'm here, but I'm all alone. We'll see if anybody will come. So if you're on the replay, we have the time change in Denmark, so my time slot has changed for this week. So it's a bit later in America than it usually is. So Magana, hi! I'm so happy you're here. I was unsure if I would be here all alone because in Denmark we have had our time change. I'm done. Oh my god, I'm so happy you're here. I was unsure if it would be inconvenience to anybody because of the time change. Gretche, hey! Welcome, welcome. Can you hear me fine? Give a thumbs up if you can hear me. I hope you had a great weekend. Good, you can hear me. That's wonderful. So, how was your weekend? We've barely come in the door. We've been to the cinema to watch Black Adam. Have you seen that one? I mean, no spoilers, but have you seen it? It was really, really, really good. I didn't see the part that they show after they show who's in it and the music and everything because I had to pee. It was horrible. I mean, I was sitting there, please be done, because I had to pee so bad. And at last I had to say, okay, I have to go now, bye. So David had to tell me what happened. Hey, Bethan, welcome. Good to see you here. So I'm nearly done with the first sleeve and the little dress for Rosa. Morgana, I don't know if you're into DC and all that stuff, but I think it's really, really good. I mean, from watching the pre-movies from it, it was like, yeah, but it was actually good. So, yeah, I enjoyed it, and now I'll wait to watch Batman because, yeah, that's Henry Cavill for you. Can you imagine watching The Witcher without Henry Cavill? No, I can't. Elsa, hey, welcome. I'm so happy you're all here. I wasn't sure if all the yeah, I was like, I want to see it, but David was a bit unsure if he wanted to go to the movies to see it. And I was like, yeah, well, if you don't want to, I'll wait to show up on HBO eventually, right? But we went to see it today. And we sat next to a couple of kids who was like on their phone the entire time and talking all the time. And I was like, shut up, turn off your phones. If you can't behave in the movie theater, well, then don't show up, when people want to watch the movie, that's why they go to the movies, right? And they were like, yeah, but I have to. No, you don't have to tell him anything. Meals on Wheels, hey, welcome. So, yeah, it was a bit different than what I thought. But who doesn't like an anti-hero, right? Yeah, and even before the movie started, I was like, remember to turn off the sound from your phones, and put it away because I don't want to see your light from your phones all the time. I want to watch the movie. And yeah. They weren't very old, but still, if you can't go to the movies and not behave, well, you need to bring the parents. I mean, or go down to the front row. That's what we did as children because we wanted to talk and play around, so we went to the front row. But yeah, kids of today, they think they can do everything. And here came this annoying grown adult telling them to behave. I'm sure they hated sitting next to me, but yeah. Oh, I'm almost done with the sleeve. I will show you in 2 seconds. It is nearly done. Just one stitch to go. I really hate, I love going to the theater. I really love it. But I really prefer going a bit later so that you don't have all the kids there. If you go at around 6 or something, most of the kids are home. Look, we have a sleeve. Isn't it cute? I think it's so cute. Oh, Rosa will be so adorable. It's so funny that the color doesn't show up right. But she'll be adorable no matter what. Thank you. It is really an easy pattern to do. Yeah. Bada! Welcome. Good morning or good evening from Denmark. It's evening over here. But for you in America, it must be nice this week because it's an hour later. But I think next week, when is the time change in America? Next week, right? Because we had it today. So we were running around and changing all the clocks in our house because what is the time? Yeah, well, we did it. Wouldn't it be much better, if the whole world did it the same day? Instead of this. I was like, should I go live an hour earlier so I don't confuse the Americans, but then I would confuse the Europeans? It ain't easy. So I chose to same time as always, my time, and hopefully everybody will be happy to get an hour extra sleep in America. So, but we must be 9 hours from each other now, so that means it's 10 in Alaska. Is it 10 a.m.? Or am I totally wrong? Yes, I was wrong. Yes. I'm so bad at all these time changes and going back and front, and I'm like, what? I know there's 6 hours between me and New York. Oh yeah, totally agree, Elsa. We just talked about it today, David and I. Why isn't that a part of the, we have an election coming up on Tuesday in Denmark, and I don't know who to choose. No idea. So I might end up leaving a blank vote. Yeah. Hawaiian Sarah, welcome. So Pennsylvania is the same time zone as Boston and New York. So yeah. I've seen you writing on some of my videos. I haven't gotten to them yet, Sarah. I'm in a fatigued place at these days. I mean, I'm sleeping a lot. Sorry, I had to drink something. I just had a bucket of soda in the cinema, and so I had to pee so badly at the end. I'm like, why do I drink so much soda when I know that at the end of the movie I'm like cross-legged and please be done, you know? But it's a movie thing, right? Thank you, Beta. Yes, please don't forget to give this movie a thumbs up, or this live. It's not a movie. This live a thumbs up before you leave. It helps a lot with all the algorithms and to get me out on YouTube. It helps a lot. It really does. So, how was your weekend? Tell me. I want to know. Look, I was downtown the other day and I bought new washi. They had winter washies or Christmas washies. I had to get those. Look at these with little Father Christmases and snowmen, and they're so cute. And then look at this one. I like it. And then this is almost, what is it called? The washi company you have over there, Simply Gilded, right? It's almost their bow. I was like, ooh. And then we have snowflakes and a white. Yeah, snowflakes. Yes, you can follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, but I haven't used TikTok that much. So, and then these two. I like this red one, even though it's just red with white dots. So, yeah. And now I have to stop buying washies because I don't use it that much. I just love these Christmas ones. Elsa, that's not from Denmark. That's from my friend in America. Meredith bought those for me in America. That's pretty much why she had to send me this package. So, and I tried to find them in Denmark, but you really can't. Better you don't have to get TikTok. No. Sabrina, hi. It's okay. Have a good Sunday. Love you too. I haven't really used them to section off my diamond paintings yet, but I use them, for the border around. So, yeah. And I have to finish this one, or maybe I don't have to finish it before I start kitting up my next one. It's over here. All the drills. And the diamond painting is this. It's sort of a, rainbow print with little cats in the clouds and so. It's cute. Sarah, you don't have to use anything other than what's right for you. In the beginning, I used painter's tape because I didn't know that you could use washi. So I used painter's tape. And the benefits of using painter's tape was that usually it took the sticky part with it when I ripped it off. So I didn't have any sticky part around the diamond painting anymore. So, but maybe I will section off once I get started on my fancy diamond paintings. I just found all my cheap diamond paintings the other day, so now I know I have 4. I have the one right there, the one that I'll be doing now, and then I have 3 more down here. So You have to try water using washi. Yeah, I like it. It's so much easier when you don't have to, you don't get fuss and get your hand stuck. Sometimes I feel like it rips off my arm hair if I leave it, you know. Yeah. What do you do when you're done with your diamond paintings? I mean, right now you can see I still have the washi on my diamond paintings, but what do you do after? Oh, painter's tape. You can do it. Maybe, I don't know if it's different around the world, but ours is pretty sticky. Um, so it just rips it right off. You have to be a little careful. I mean, I had to, hold down the drills as to not rip off everything. But yeah. So what do you do when you're done? Do you cut off the edges or do you paint them or what do you do? That is still my I don't know, headache trying to figure out what to do. So yeah. But how are you going to work this week? Do you have a lot of work? Berta just came home from the hospital and she needs a surgery. So when she know when the surgery will be, we'll have to, pray and cross our fingers for her that everything goes well. If I only lived closer, Berta, I will move in and help you. I've been there. I hate feeling helpless after a surgery. It was awful. So where do you travel this week? Oh, next week. So Beth Ann, you're just hanging with where you can see the everything, all the colors? Yeah, Sarah, I've been thinking about that too, but most of my diamond paintings are big. I mean, one of the AliExpress one, that's a small one. I think it's a 45 by 60. I think that's the smallest one I've done in a year when I get to that one. Oh, where is that, Berta? Is that far away from you? Yeah, I do use uh, pant hangers. Um, but eventually I'm gonna run out of place. I don't space, not place, space. I don't have a lot of space to hang it, and in my closet, yeah, that won't go because we have a lot of clothes in there, so it can't hang there. So I'm trying to find people that would want them. Hop, skip, and jump on a plane. Huh. Oh, I would love to just go back and forth because I love the takeoff. That is the best part of flying for me. I love the takeoff. That minute where you can feel it just punch it and you just in your seat. I love it. Oh, I did not know that. Sorry. I'm not a geography person. At least I know where Alaska is. That's a start, right? So what do you do with those now, Sarah? I mean, I have four left, and I won't do any of my Diamond Art Club and my one Naples Outpost before I'm done. I won't do them because I know I will never get back to those. Lenka, hi, welcome. It's so good to see you here today. How are you? How's work and school? Did you see I finished my witch, Lenka? She turned out so cute. I still have to do that review of her. I'll do that maybe tomorrow. We had our neighbors stop us today when we drove to the cinema, like, haven't you forgotten something? And we were like, what? where's all the Halloween things? And we're like, oh, yeah, well, we're not doing it this year because Halloween is on a Monday, and on Mondays, David is at work, and I have gymnastics with Rosa. So I won't be home until after, well, around 7. And the kids here, they come knocking at our door from 4 p.m. and until, I don't know, I think last year was until 9. So it will be, a shame if we can't do it the whole time, because a lot of the younger kids came early and we won't be here. So I was like, yeah, we have to wait until next year because I won't, or we won't, put out, well, to be honest, David didn't want to put up all the Halloween stuff only to have kids, come knocking on the door and nobody's here. So we're like, yeah, sadly, no Halloween decorations this year, but hopefully next year we'll be back. You have them in the boxes? Oh, I'm sorry, Sarah. Well, I don't have anyone hung as of yet. We have a few of mine that we plan to hang, but yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Lenka. I hope you won't feel too horrible from the vaccine. Is it the flu shot or the what shot? So in Denmark, people are getting their fourth shot if you're over 50, or if you have medical illness that would require you need help. But even though I would potentially get very, very sick, I don't get the offer because I have a rare disease and nobody knows beep around about me. So nobody know that I might be very, very sick. And my doctor, they never contacted me to ask, so would this be an idea? They just go, well, you don't have heart disease and you don't have asthma, so you don't need it. Oh, no. I remember in the beginning, they asked you to not feel sick when you got it because there was a possibility that you would be even more sick. But I don't know if they have stopped. Oh, wow. It's so funny because back when they rolled out the vaccinations for you, you know what? Denmark were one of the countries that had everybody had it very, very fast. But now we're like, easy now, let's see. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. I think every kid around the world is snotty. Last week, Rosa, well, this week actually still, Rosa wasn't really snotty. She was just, a little tired. But she was so funny this Monday. Oh my God. Yeah, this one, she's so beautiful. But she isn't really our style to have in the house. So, it isn't one that we will hang. So I'm really hoping that I can find someone who would love to have her somewhere. Because otherwise she'll be rolled up and packed away, which would be a shame. I did one who was sort of a prayer, and my knitting club, or one of my knitting clubs, is with a bunch of ladies that I got to know. Well, in the beginning, they know each other from a church, and I just happened to know Skippin, and yeah, so they're all Christian, and well, me too, but I'm not a part of their church. Um, yeah, Lenka, I might do that one day, but I would have to find a way, to get them to sit next to each other and take a photo, or I would have to do 5 photos and put them into a photo. Yeah, I would do a custom one day. But until then, I find diamond paintings with kittens that look like my cats. You didn't see it, Linka. But this is my next one. It is from AliExpress, but I think it's very, very cute. It's kind of rainbow bridge like. So, yeah. With 48 colors. So Monday, Rosa was here. And we did gymnastics. And when we were done, I had a message from David, who was a little grumpy because it had started raining when he was on his way to work, so he was wet and he forgot his lunch. So I was like, you know what, we can drive home and then I can get your lunch and we can come meet you somewhere. And I was like, yeah, we have this truck stop, I don't know, 15 minutes from here, 10 minutes from here. So we drove out there and I told Rosa, Rosa, you have to go to meet Uncle because Uncle forgot his lunch. He was like, then Uncle will be hungry. I was like, yeah, so we have to go meet him and you can see his truck. Okay, I don't want to go home. I was like, home? Well, you don't have to go home right now. We have to go meet Uncle. Okay. And she was so tired. She was like in the back of the car, in her car seat. So we drove out to the truck stop and I got her out and David got out of the truck and she was like boggle-eyed because he has a big truck. Um, and she went up, she didn't want to go inside the truck, but she stood high up so that she could see inside the truck. And she was like, okay, now I want to go down. And then David had to, go to work, And I took Rosa on my hip and she was like, this is going to be loud, so don't be afraid, but the truck is loud. Okay, she said, and she clung to me like a little monkey. And then David drove off and we waved to him and Rosa was waving like a maniac. And then when I went to put her back in her car seat, she was like, the truck is very loud. Uncle's ears will hurt. I was like, no, honey, because when he's inside the truck, he can't hear how loud it is. Good. Otherwise, Uncle's ear will hurt. I was like, yes, he will hurt his ears if he had to listen to that noise all the time. Yes. She was very, very worried that his ears would hurt, She was so cute. And then we started driving, and there was a lot of trucks coming in and out from that place. So, I was holding back, waiting for some trucks to drive by so that I could see. And Rosa was like, why don't you drive? And I was like, I have to wait so that I don't drive, our car into the trucks. No, you can't do that. She said, no, I cannot do that. They will get mad. I said, yes, they will get mad if I drive into their trucks. Be careful, she was saying. Yes, I am very careful. I will never do something bad to you. So I'm very careful. It's like, okay. And she was sitting a minute, Uncle has a big truck. And I said, yes, Uncle's truck is very big. Mm-hmm. And she was like, tired. And then when we came home to her parents, from babes and drunken people, right? We were walking from the car and into the house. And then my brother, her daddy, was in front of his computer, which is next to the window. So he was waving to us and Rosa was waving back and I was waving. And then when we walked by, Rosa looked at me. Daddy is always playing computer. And yeah, Daddy is playing it on a computer. Yes, always, she said. And I was like, oh, I hope she doesn't say that when, we're inside, because somebody will think that I told her to say that. Yeah, she did that when she came in. The first thing she said when she saw her mama, Daddy is always on the computer. I was like, I did not tell her to say that. She just said it right outside. And Rosa's mother was like smiling, And then I was like, Rosa, tell mommy, where were we just? And then we was just looking at her mom. Uncle has a big truck. Yeah. And Uncle might hurt his ears. She's so cute. Rosa is 2 years and almost 5 months. Yeah, almost 2.5. She's so cute. And she says the darnest things. Sometimes you're like, you're not old enough to say that, I mean, I didn't expect a 2.5-year-old to, to express that kind of concern. I mean, I would expect her to say my ears hurt. I wouldn't expect her to worry about David's ears. I mean, that's more mature than I would imagine. She was able to. But I have to admit that I haven't been around so young kids for a long time because we don't have that young kids in our family anymore. I mean, Rosa is by far the youngest. My sisters are 12, 15, and nearly 18. So, I mean, it's been a while since they were that young. And I live, 2 hours from them, so I haven't seen them in the same manner that I see Rosa. But she's cute. And I'm like, I said to Rosa's mom, from babes and the drunk ones. She says the darnest things. Your youngest is 24, Sarah? Wow. Isn't it mind-boggling? Because you're not 24 years older by now, huh? She is, Sarah. She really is. And I'm like, I'm always, looking at her, wondering, so what's next? What is the next funny thing she's going to say? And I feel like every week, oh, that's not old, Sarah. I mean, I'm 43. So, yeah. My au pair kid from when I lived in Berlin is 27 this year. Yeah, she was 2.5 when I met her. And I'm like, no, that can't be right, can it? Is it? Yeah, 27 this year in December. How did I mean, I'm not that old, am I? No. Yeah, time flies, and sometimes you're not really noticing it before you start looking at the kids, right? I mean, how can it be? Your youngest is almost 22? That's mind-blowing. I think, was it my live last week, or was it somewhere else? We were talking about, that our kids aren't as well, our kids, the kids in your family, you're not ready for them to have kids. Yeah, no, I am 43, Nina. I mean, I stick to my age. It's not like some people in Denmark, they're like, well, when they're 27, they're not really getting older, then they're, how do you translate that one? I don't think you can translate it so it makes sense, but 27 in Danish is 27. And then mostly women go like, yeah, I'm 27. So it's like 20 lying. I mean, it's not funny in English, but they're like, I'm not going to tell you how old I am. And yeah, I'm not doing that. I mean, it's just a number, right? So yeah, when my mom turned 50, she was like, I'm 25. And I was looking at her and I was like, yeah, then we have a problem because how old was that? Was I nearing 30 or something? I think we do it differently. It's just a number. So it is like I usually say. I mean, I'm 43, but in my head I'm 16, and if you ask my body, I'm 90. So I think 43 is pretty much in the middle of everything, right? Exactly, Sarah. Exactly. You're quite in the middle, and the 50s are the new. Is it 40s or 30s? I don't know. I think some say that the 40s is the new 20s or something. Well, I don't feel like a 20-year-old anymore. I mean, no, I'm too old for that. In my 20s, well, it depends when in my 20s. In the beginning of my 20s, I was out having fun. Oh, wow. Beth Ann, you have 7 adopted kids? Wow. I would love to adopt, but that won't happen because when you have a chronic illness or something, you can't adopt because who knows, maybe you might die from them. I mean, yeah. You don't look very old, but I was like, you're what? No. You do look a lot younger than you are, really. Yes, Sarah, we'll always be young at heart. Look at me, I'm 16. Well, in my head. Hmm. Well, you don't look 56, Berta. I would never have guessed. Never in a million years. You have so much more energy than me, and I'm 43. Hey, Berta, I never asked you, how was the retreat? Did you get goodie bags, or what are they called? I haven't seen anybody talk about it, but it sure did look like a lot of fun. 50. I can't. You don't look 56. Sorry. But then, how old are your grandkids? Morgana is 52. I wouldn't have guessed that either. No. Well, but I've missed it then. Oops. Sometimes I tend to overlook things. Well, mostly because I sleep a lot. So I kind of miss it. Who should I go watch? I mean, I need to know who to watch. Oh, you do have young ones. Wait, a 1-year-old Beth Ann. That's so funny at that age. And 5, they're funny too. Because they're at that age, where they can do a lot of stuff by themselves, but they still need a little help, and they will never let you do it. It's so fun. But they're very. How old are your kids, Beth Ann? Since you have grandbabies at that big of a difference. I don't know who was it. It was in one of their lives that people were talking about their children, and one of them had a kid at my age, and I was like, "Are you? I didn't know you were that old." But that's just shows that that this community is really for all ages, and I love it. Oh, so you do have them in all ages, but then how are the rules where you are? Because over here there can't be more than, I think it's 40 years between you and if you're 42, or is it 40, you can adopt a baby. But then when you're 41, you can adopt a 1 year old and so forth. So you can't at 50 have a 1 year old. So Sarah, my youngest, graduated from college last year and has his master's in art. Ooh, that's exciting. And now doing a paid internship. I can't believe. Yeah, they're growing so fast. Lenka, the other day, a colleague of mine was talking about her age and how difficult it is. Turns out she's 5 years younger than me. Oh no! How did she react when you told her? Some of the younger ones did. It's so hard to be old, and I'm like, look, look, you're not old. I mean, stop complaining. But it's so fun to see their faces when they found out that you're really older than they are, and they're like, but I thought you were younger. Sarah, that is so cool. I would have loved to adopt kids, but so, you know, we have kids from friends and family, and I get to spoil them and bring them home high on sugar. Last week, well, Monday, when Rosa was here, she was like eating bananas and small children's chips. They have no sugar or salt in them. They're like air, basically, with a little taste in them, but she loves them. And sometimes she's like, I want a banana, some cheese, and chips. And I'm like, well, if that's what you want to eat today, here you go. Wow, 65 foster kids and 7 became available to adopt. That is so cool. Beth Ann, thank you for everything you have done for those children. Really, thank you. Because these children out there, they need great foster parents. If you had the room, we would have had foster children as well. Just because I want to help. But we've never had an extra room for them, so yeah. But I would have loved to be a foster parent. Yes, I am, Sarah. I give her all my love, and she knows it. She knows she has me tightly wrapped around her pinky finger. Yes, Sarah, she really is amazing. I mean, imagine having so many foster parents, foster kids in your home. I mean, not at one time, I know that, but it is a lot of love to give. And I really appreciate people who does that for kids that are really, they have had horrible experiences in their life. We never know what happened to them, right? Beth Ann, do you know the author Kathy Glass? She's written a lot of books about being a foster parent, and she also ended up adopting one of them. She's writing really, really good books, and from the children's experience, from their point of view, what happened to them. Then she goes in from her point of view to say, okay, what happened to these kids? Her name is Kathy Glass. I know there are other ones out there as well, but she's one of them. And I know she adopted her daughter Lucy is an adopted foster kid, and she also wrote a book about how she adopted her and her life before. So, yeah, I think it's a shame that we talked about it the other day, David and I, how there should be this test that you have to take in order to be able to have kids, right? Because there are so many kids who end up in the foster care system, and it could have been stopped. I'm sure you would be an amazing mom to a girl, but no, I'm really sure. If you really want a daughter, you should do it. I know a lot of parents who are single parents who are amazing at it. And if you're getting an older girl, not a baby, sometimes they have had bad experiences with males. So for some, it's a plus if it's just purely female home. But I understand why you would want a partner. Absolutely. Fostering and adapting is a big job because you would have to be able to take it all in, of all the horrible things that happens to them. And you don't know really before you get them in your home what really happened to them. I mean, you could read a file, but you never know exactly before they're there. Um, I used to work. Well, I studied to become a social worker, and I worked as it for a short while I was still studying, and I was always saying that I wouldn't want to work in a facility, children's department, because I would hate to take children away from the parents. I would hate it. Yeah, yeah, but I can understand that. I mean, you have to have time, right? And I can understand why you like your job. You have an amazing job, and you do a lot of good that way. Maybe maybe you can help, locally or something. Be something for some kids in your neighborhood or in your community that would love to have a grown up, that could listen to them or help them or something. That's an opportunity as well. Yeah, I understand that, Linka. It is hard to see them go, right? Because you bond with them, and then all of a sudden they're like, okay, bye, I'm going to school. But then again, you get to leave a hand, a fingerprint in each and every one of those kids. I would love to work with these, because from 18 months to 2.5 years old, that is basically, where they're really learning how to talk and they develop a personality. I mean, I can see that with Rosa. That was that period of her life where she really, she grew. And I felt like every week when I saw her, she had learned at least 10 new words. And I was like, I'm sorry, you said what? But yeah, I think it's so fun to watch children grow up. I'm glad that I have Rosa so close by. I love all my nieces and nephews. And I've always felt very sad that they live so far away from me. So I love having Rosa this close by, because, I get to be a part of her life. I love my sister's three daughters. We send photos and we talk to each other, and they call me aunt and everything, and we see each other every now and then. And we, video chat and stuff like that. But it's something different when they're close by. Yeah, that's so cool, Sarah. I think we have something like that here in Denmark as well. Um, I think that actually also called big brothers and sisters. That if you have, if you come from a home with issues, I mean, that could be parents with mental issues. Sorry, you could get a mentor, a big brother, a big sister that could be like, a safe person that could help you, manage life. Because you're not a bad parent because you have mental issues. There's just some things that you're not able to give that child. And it's not because you don't want to, because you're otherwise an amazing parent. But some kids, they need more. So you can get a brother or a sister. And also sometimes if you're a lone parent, you don't have a husband, or the child doesn't have, contact to either one of their parents, you could get a mentor that, could give them that part of their life that they don't have. I mean, I have a friend, they don't have contact with her boys don't have contact with their dads. So the youngest one have a big brother, who's amazing. I mean, he's a big help, and he's a male role model for the kid. It's a great thing to have. I fear that it's not working all over Denmark as well as it does over there. Um, I remember what's that? 20 years ago, we had in Fredericia, where I live, we had a program called Young to Young, where it's about, a younger teenager being set up with an either, old teenager or someone in the beginning of their 20s, so that they could have a role model but close in age. They could talk about, being a teenager, or, how's life as a teenager. I did that for a few years. So, yeah. Sarah, I think there's possibilities for both, helping young and old ones. We have a lot of people volunteering in senior homes. We have I don't know what's it like in America, but over here we have, people coming to walk, to, take walks with people in senior homes. And we have, these bikes that have a wheelchair in front of them, so that you can, take a bike ride with the older ones. And they love that in the summer. They go out, they bring coffee and bread or something, and they, go to the beach or somewhere, and they, get out and have a great time. Of course, they can't do that every day, but most of the senior homes, they do that once a week. Um, and I think that is amazing, because sometimes the old people don't have family close by that can come, and take them for a walk. Yeah. You can also volunteer in the facility. You can, many of the senior homes have, where you can be creative. So you can come and help them paint or knit or crochet, or they also have mail that come in, and carve in wood and everything, but it's mainly run by volunteer people. So, yeah, thank Berta. And don't forget to give this live a like before you leave, because it's needed so that I can get out and about. I'm so amazed at how many followers I have now. Well, not followers, subscribers. I mean, I'm over 150, and I'm so grateful. I can't even believe that I have that many now. It's amazing. I'm really, really very grateful. So if you saw the unboxing I did the other day from Mary, did you see that she made me putty? She made her own putty, and I have to tell myself don't eat them, because one of them is banana split, and I mean it smells just like a banana split. And then she has this pina colada. Again, you can't eat it because it smells good. So I have to use that one. Uh, oh, Sarah, you're one of the good ones too. So, is it possible to be a senior companion? I mean, do they have a program where you live? I think it's amazing when you work with, older ones or the handicapped. Exactly. It's about empathy and not age. You're right, Linka. Sarah, you can do it yourself. You don't have to, you know, it's easy to do. But otherwise, you can buy it from Enablers Outpost. They have their Enablers Outpost kit, and you have Randa's Crafty Corner, and you have, I think Not Your Mama's Mud is back, but that's more like a wax, maybe. Then you have Crashly, Craft with Crashly. Better help me. Isn't that her name? Craft with Crafty. She also has a putty, and you can get putty from, oh my God. Go to Etsy. They have like a gazillion stores there. It's the same with wax. They have so many. And especially if you live in America, there are so many great. Yes, the Ribbit Sticket, that's the name. I think it's a funny name. Ribbit Sticket. And then there's one more who also does this in these little ones. Because the Ribbit Sticket is in these little containers, isn't it? Or is it someone? I can't remember. There are really a lot. If you want to try a great wax, you have to try patty wax. I love patty wax. You have to try a lot of different ones, Sarah. I have tried a lot of patties, but some are better than other, and we're all different. And it also depends on where you live. I mean, it says you're Hawaiian, but do you live in Hawaii? Thank you, Berta. Yes. Um, sometimes it's about where you live, the climate. In the summer, sometimes it helps to put it in the freezer or in the fridge for a while so that it gets a little less gummy. Oh, you got the super sticky? How do you like it? I haven't tried that one yet. I just got the regular wax from Pad Wax. And I really like that one. Where's the one that I'm using right now? I have it somewhere there. I have jelly beans from Patty Wax. Thank you, Berta. Yes, please link all the places. We need to help out all the little small shops. We need to support the small shops. Who knows? Maybe one day I'm gonna need you to support my small shop if I ever get to being a fast knitter, so I can sell, baby clothes or children's clothes. I would love to be able to sell it, but for now it's mostly, people come to me and say, "Can you please do?" And I say, "Sure, let's find out." Yes, Morgana, I do. Well, I do have those micro glue tabs, but they're difficult to find in Denmark. So I found these sticks to anything, and they work almost just as well. See, Berta is linking all the places. Sarah, not to use what in a multiplacer? Oh, the super sticky? Oh, I wouldn't know because I'm not really a multiplacer kind of person. I can so far use a two-placer every now and then. And it comes down to the canvas because I have until now just used AliExpress canvases. I am sure that once I get to the fancy ones over here, that I won't have any issues with my multiplacers. So I have to try again. But I think it'll be, a learning curve. But I really like single placing because it isn't a race. It's relaxing and it's fun and I enjoy it. And yeah, yeah. Thank you, Berta, for all the links. So you can go check them out. Crashly and Enabler's Outpost and Patty Wax. Yes, Sarah, we have to keep trying. But I wouldn't mind just being a single placer because for me it's the time. I wouldn't want to be one of those, I have to be done. I have to get to the next one because it would just stress me out. Nina, thank you for being here. I'm so glad you're here. And I hope your mom is okay. So thank you for being here and have a great evening. Let's talk to you soon, right, Nina? Write me. Do something. So I would be totally stressed if I had to, multiplace to get done. I wouldn't be able to do that because then I wouldn't do anything at all. I would just be so stressed. And I've been there before, so I'm not going to do that again. Um, if you've ever been so stressed that you don't even know how to put on a pair of socks, you don't want to go there again. So for me, it's just, de stressing and Berta, you're amazing. Thank you. Um, so it's just de stressing, and I listen to audiobooks and everything. And I am working on the video with my audiobooks that I listen to. I have found this web page that lists all the Scandinavian crime writers. So I have that one to link in it, and now I just have to figure out how to do it. It's sometimes it's a little job on its own. How do you like the rounds then, Sarah? I started out with doing 2 round diamond paintings, and then I began doing squares, and I haven't looked back since. I only do square diamond paintings. The round ones, I felt like I had to put them down so precisely. No, Sarah, I don't like true crime. I know, but I like, isn't it crime? Where they talk about, their fictive stories, their imaginative stories. I like that sort of, so I don't have to fear that something like it had happened. I like those sort of stories. And we have some amazing writers that does that in Scandinavia. Uh, yeah, Lenka, it's not funny being stressed. I mean, it took me, I think it took me about a year before I was, you know, so de-stressed that I actually knew how to function again. So see, Sarah, I'm like, I'd rather live without, there are so many amazing square diamond paintings out there. I know there are amazing round ones as well, but I have to live without them because they stress me. The feeling of, if you don't place them right, you can see either the symbol, or you can see if they have these training wheels on them. It was stressing me so badly. So I just do squares. I mean, squares, you just put them down and you can't see anything. And when I do squares, the edges, I place those with my tweezers so they're, precisely and straight. So I have nice, clean edges. I like that. What art were you looking for, Sarah, since you couldn't find it in squares, sorry? I think you can always find something. But I know there are, looking at Diamond Art Club, they have a lot of diamond paintings in round that I would love to do. But, then I just take a look at how many amazing square ones they have, and I'm like, okay, I'm good. I mean, I can't do all of them. So I have, Berta have one over there that she'll send to me eventually. And then I have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 diamond paintings from DAC and Enablers Outpost. So that's 6. And when the one from Berta comes, that's 7. And then 3 there and 1 there. So I have 11 diamond paintings. Yes. I mean, I have to make them, right? Oh, yeah, the Mandy Manzano ones. Is it the princesses? Yeah, you're spoiling me, Berta. Berta, we have to find a video day so we can look at the dark sweater ones. Which ones you would like? Oh, look, there's my sister. Hi, Leah. And I'm almost ready to leave because it's late. I've been here for more than an hour. It's getting late. You don't like the princesses? Which ones then? Most people love the princesses. If I'm ever going to do a princess, I would much rather do a conversion. Where you take a cross-stitch pattern and then convert it into a diamond painting. I want to do that one day. Don't you have a measuring one like this one? And then you find, what is it in inches, and then on the other side it has centimeters. Because I'll have to need some measurements. Otherwise, they will come to you and they'll be either, too small or way too big. What is ISO, Sarah? See? And I will find out what you need to measure better, and everything will be good. I think it's, chest measurement that I need, but I will have to look into that. Because, and then maybe neck, so that when you have the neck opening, that they can actually, get it over their head. I mean, it would be so fun. Have you ever seen, I have seen that in the knitting community. Someone did this beautiful sweater for a child. And then when the kid had to put it over the head, it was too small. They couldn't get their head through. Everything else was fine, but they couldn't get it over their head. And I was like, well, didn't you make the slit down the back? Because everybody knows children's heads are enormous for their age, And that would be bad if we did that for the dogs, because dogs don't really understand what we're doing to them. Yay, Bethan, I hope you like it. I mean, everybody's different, but I hope you like it. Patty wax is good. Much better than some that I ordered from Canada, which I can't get to work. I mean, I have never tried wax like that. I put it in my pen and I put down, I don't know, 10 drills and it just stops working. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. And I'm not doing anything wrong, because then I put patty wax in and I just go like forever. I don't understand. Maybe it's not supposed to work for me. Sarah, what is ISO? Yeah, well, I hope Sarah tells me, because yes, exactly, climate. But isn't it funny that wouldn't you think that it would be the same no matter which one I use better? Because I've done it the same day, instead of, oh, yeah. Yeah, I haven't really gone into any of these dash groups, because I don't have the cash for it anyway. So I know that right on Black Friday, if the one who has yarn for hair and is knitting the sky, I would love to have that one. Yeah, but I think it's funny because you would think that they're basically made the same way, right? I mean, it's some sort of wax, and then they mix in, I don't know, scent. And what else? I don't know what they use other than the wax and the scent. Do they put anything else in? I don't know. I would love to know. I would love to know how they're done, because I would love to make some myself, to try how to do it. But I don't know. So until then, I use what works for me. Okay, my lovelies, I have been live for almost an hour and 15 minutes. And isn't it like an hour usually? So yeah, I think I'm going to say thank you for showing up today. I'm so happy you're here. And I would love for you to click the thumbs up before you leave. It really helps. And I hope to see you all next Sunday. I am very pleased you're here. So have an amazing week. I will have lots to tell the next week, because a lot is happening this week. So I hope to see you. And until then, take care, my friends. Have an amazing week. And I love you all. Bye.